Hi, welcome back to our session 2, and big thanks to all those students who have completed their first assignment for me. If you haven't, make sure you go onto the Canvas page and you will be able to still upload that until the 7th of May. Stay up to date, and if you've got any problems, please give me a call or email. Okay, so on to our lesson today. If you are coming in via live, then we'll be starting with the conference. This video is really for those who are unable or want to go through the instructions of the lesson again. So what we're going to do is go into our Term 2 planner. And we're on session 3, which is our third session for the week. Obviously, we didn't have the first one. So I'm just going to click on that button and it's going to take me to our first session, or our second session. So what I'm trying to get you to do, and also with our lessons, that we have a bit of a schedule or a routine that is building some core skills for you. So to start with today, I've made a really daggy video just to help you to practice some straight lines with your drawings and just a few little handy hints that might help you communicate your ideas better. So I'll get you to watch that at some stage and to do those, practice those straight lines, and then you're going to upload them as part of your assignment. The second, oops, I didn't really need to go there. We'll just go back. Sorry about that. You can see how daggy it was. The second part there is this lettering one, and that's really useful because on your, whatever you do, you're always going to be making annotations. So when you're actually presenting them for your folios, you do need to make sure that your annotations are really legible. Some of us naturally write well, I don't, and I have to slow myself down to get nice clear annotations and even rule in some lines to help. Third task for today follows on from our work yesterday, where you went to the SunCalc site. And what I want you to do now is, now that you understand what it's all about, is to transfer that or practice actually hand drawing that. So what you're doing is you're taking these shapes that you've got there, sorry, over here, and you're actually going to just draw up a site plan. I've done mine 20 metres by 12 using a 1:100 scale. And you're going to put in, so I'll just put this onto full screen and see if you can understand what I have done there. So I'll just see if I can hold that in front of the camera. So there's two lines there. The yellow one is the sun path in summer, and the orange or red one is the sun path in winter. So I've just drawn those, really just copying them from the SunCalc.org site. And then there, I've just written in a few annotations about how that might impact design. Now you can see as well, I have got a scale bar on my drawing, and on the other side, if we can, sort of back to front, I've just written a little bit about what this diagram is, and that's just good habit as well. So making sure that you put it's a site plan and solar path. It's if you was at A3, it would be at 1:100, but you use a scale bar. Otherwise, my initials and the date and anything else that you might need to put there. So it's part of tropical design. Okay, so hopefully you could see that okay, and you understand what to do. The next thing that you're going to do is to now start to really look at what tropical design looks like and how it's different to cool temperate design. So a good way to get a bit of an idea is for us to go onto this Tropo site, if you like, and you're also going to be asked to find some examples. Now the Tropo site I thought was quite good because again you can see across the top here they give you some nice little practice sketches that you could do. So you can see things are off the ground for that ventilation to get the airflow going. And also, I would like you to practice drawing this one here because it shows these big wide verandas. We've got a second roof to allow for heat escape. The sun's up here, so the whole building is shaded, and this is showing our shading around the building. We've got some palm trees which are allowing that ventilation. So it's just a good one for you to practice drawing. So just experiment with your drawing skills and see if you can come up with, probably don't take any more than 10 minutes to do that. And then have a look at this one here, because this is another good example of tropical design. So you can see here we've got this big awning over our window. So even if it's torrential downpour, we can still have our window open and let the air flow in, but we're protected from the wet. And you can see here, this is that example of, so this is a section, if you like, from this building here. And you can see this is a second roof. So it actually helps prevent the building from overheating. And the third diagram down the bottom a bit there just gives you a bit of an idea of other things that you might draw on diagrams, like people. They give you an idea of scale, arrows, which can show you the wind direction or as the breeze is flowing. So that's just another little extra example. Okay, so back to so that's the next thing that you're being asked to do. And then the final thing to get your head in this introduction to tropical design is what I want you to do is to find 2 interior examples of tropical design and 2 exterior examples from tropical design that show some of the principles. So remember the principles we're looking at, and if you go back to, I might just grab that up in a moment, but you might even think of a little bit of an acronym. If I use something like, what's a good one to use? Evil cow, I'm just one that I've used before. So the E is for the embodied energy. The V is for ventilation. The I is for insulation. Where are we up to? The E, oh no, we've done the, can't spell, L is the landscaping. And then if we look at the C, we're looking at the, where are we? Better remember that one. And the O is the orientation, the W is the windows, and then there's also a T for thermal mass. I'm just trying to think what I've remembered in C, but you can work that out. So we're looking for how in your designs you're either showing maybe example of windows, maybe you're showing the orientation where it's actually shaded so that you've got it positioned, the building's positioned in a good way, ventilation. So you're just looking for examples of those things. Now I have put on here an example of mine, which that will go to, and hopefully, yeah. So this just shows you some examples of the 2 interior ones. So I found examples of louver windows. Louver windows are fabulous for tropical design because they have the maximum opening, because we can tilt them. And if they're all tilted like this, so these are our louvers. Where's my cursor gone? Disappeared. Anyway, our louvers are on our, here are our louvers, and we can tilt those so we can get maximum airflow. You can see there's windows on more than one wall, so that encourages breezes if they're coming from different directions. There is a fan, you can only just see it in the top there, so I've made a bit of a comment about that. And then you can see I've done a second example. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of the work for today. If you go to this button, that's where it lists down what you've been asked to do. So the lettering, the site plan, sketch the concepts, and then the research, the 2 interiors. and then you can upload that for your assessment. Okay, so that should do us for today. And remember again, if you've got any questions, you must get in contact with me, or if you don't understand anything I'm talking about, please get in contact with me because I know I can talk you through it. Okay, it's meant to be fun, so have some fun with it, and I will hopefully have spoken to you all in the conference.